morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever this is Tanks, and today is brought to you by Tubbs and Franke. How's everybody doing?
We got a good week for you guys here. Gonna have our weekend recaps, and we're gonna have a little bit of MLB, nothing crazy, and then we are finally doing our NBA and NHL recaps of the first two rounds and preview of the conference finals. This actually worked out perfect to where none of those games have started yet. They start tonight, so this will be great. No top
This
five.
This is the one time that we're actually going to have a long episode planned.
Yep. And no guess who we're top five this week because of how long we're going to go with the recaps. And then I've got roulette, and we'll send you on our way. So, Frankie, how's your weekend?
Oh, what did I do this weekend? Well, let's see. Sunday, I know I went to a bachelor party. Or not a bachelor party, Jesus. I went to a graduation party. And we kind of... Wait, no, that was Saturday. Yes, okay. Saturday, I went to...
Get days mixed up.
Yeah, I'm just so flustered today. Things are all over the place. Saturday, I went to a graduation party for Paige's cousin. So we got to see her family there, kind of visited. And then we kind of did some shopping and got stuff for moving, for vacation. I went out and got a new pair of sunglasses for when I go to Florida, which, speaking of, I will not be on 2 episodes within the matter of 3 weeks. So just so everyone knows, because I will be in Florida for one, I am definitely not going to be on that week. And then 2 weeks following that, I will be partially moving down to Memphis. So I will not be on that week as well. Anyways.
We'll have to talk. I might do a solo episode, but we also might just skip those weeks. We'll see. We'll figure something out.
It's a very busy month of June for me, so might get a little hectic here. Anyway, so Saturday did that, kind of visited with her family and everything. Sunday was Mother's Day. My mother obviously lives 5 hours away, so I did not get to see her, but I did talk to her on the phone and everything. We went out for Paige's mom's day and just got lunch with her, and then got home and did some more packing to move. Not exactly the most fun, but it needs to be done. I will say I got a call this weekend letting me know that I have indeed had hot dogs on a stick, and that it is indeed called a pudgy pie, not a hobo pie, and hobo pies are bologna and cheese sandwiches, and that you're wrong. So no. I just wanted to let you know I was informed of this.
Tomato, tomato.
I don't think that's the same, but... So yeah, that was how my weekend was. How was your weekend?
I'll have to talk to my family, but I had a good weekend. Friday was pretty chill. Just stayed home, had some drinks with Sid. I got a new card game. I'm actually going to bring it out this weekend, Frankie. It's called Truth or Drink. So
I think I've heard of that.
It's different if you have a bigger group, but it was just me and Sid. So we both got 10 cards, and then you ask the other person, and if they don't want to answer, they have to take a shot. If there's some spicy questions, there's some basic ones, but that was fun. And then Saturday, woke up real early, went for a hike. That was a blast. Apparently I'm into walking now. I like getting out there walking. What else did I do on Saturday? Came home, did some cooking, and then just played MLB all night. And then Sunday, Mother's Day, went over to my parents' house, saw my mom and my grandma. So that was good. And then, came back home, and my mom was like, hey, I should come over and do so. I've got a couple minimal projects that I needed done, and she's like, I should come over. And I was like, you sure on Mother's Day? She's like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. So my mom comes over, and she was supposed to just hang up some pictures, and what else? There was one other small thing, and then I have a bunch of straw in my yard from where the grass has to grow back from all that digging and stuff. So my mom looks at it, she goes, yeah, we got to rake this up today. And I was like, what? And the grass is starting to shoot through, so you don't want to suffocate it. And I haven't really been looking at it. So we raked up the straw in my yard for 3 hours on Mother's Day. She was raking up straw with me. I was like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, no, I want to do this. This is great. And I was like, yeah, great Mother's Day, raking up straw in my yard, sure. filled up 20 of those yard waste bags, those brown ones.
Holy
20
shit.
bags of straw. So that was my Sunday. Remind me, we got to do a weekend preview at the end of the show.
Yeah, so I do want to mention real quick, you are coming out this weekend. I'm going to warn you.
Mm-hmm.
This house is a fucking disaster right now.
I assumed it would be with the packing.
There is just shit everywhere, and boxes are thrown throughout the house. So You're going to be walking through a maze. Honestly, if you weren't coming out this weekend, we'd probably only have one bedroom. But we're keeping it together.
I appreciate you holding on to it for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, my birthday's Thursday, so I'm heading out to Grand Rapids on Saturday. So I'm sure we'll have some stories next week. Should be a fun time going out. I wish we could golf, but I'm already golfing on Sunday, so I don't even really want to. And yeah, I thought about asking you to golf, but then I decided not to because I am on Sunday. But anyways, locks and long shots here. Last week, I hit both of mine. For my lock, I had Maple Leafs money line against the Panthers. I said they weren't going to get swept. They didn't get swept. 31-24 there. This week, I decided that all of my fake fan teams are out, so I'm going to ride with Franke. We're riding the Knights to win the series, minus 140. I saw the Stars play. They almost lost to the Kraken, who suck. And I like the Knights here. They're playing well. Kraken don't suck. I take that back. But
I was going to say.
I do have to say, I'll say it later when we talk NHL, but this year's playoffs have been weird. But the only constant is that the Knights have looked good, so we're taking them to win the series. Long shots. Last week, I had the Oilers minus 1.5 against the Knights. They won 4-2 in that game, I believe, maybe 5-2. But they did cover. This week, I mentioned I was golfing. I'm doing an outing on Sunday. Last year, we finished in third. So I'm taking my squad to finish 9 under or better in the outing. This would probably, if you had to put odds on it, it'd probably be plus 180, plus 190. Our best score ever was 11, and our worst score is minus 2. So a lot of fluctuation there. We just shot the same team that I have this week. The last outing, we shot 7 under. So it's right there. Good value. Love it. Take it. I don't know if I said long shots were 16-35, slowly climbing our way back. What do you got for locks?
My locks, I have the Sixers plus 1.5 in the series. Last week I hit that, so I am now 13-8-1, keeping a nice, steady, at least over 500. I don't know if that's technically, that's definitely over the winning percentage you need to be a good gambler. But
yeah, you're about, what is it, 58?
Yeah, it's like 58, 56%, something like that.
Yeah, you're over that for sure.
Anyways, I knew that series was going 7. It did, so Sixers locked me up there. This week I am also riding with the Knights to win the series, minus 140. It's a big week of homer picks this week for me, as you will see in my long shots, which are 4-27, by the way. I lost... I lost both. Holy shit. I lost both last week. I had the Knights to win the series 4-3. I was surprised that they won in 6, but they did, so I'm happy there. And then I had the Sixers-Celtics exact game outcome. That got ruined in Game 5 because the Sixers won Game 5, so that was an L there. This week, though, like I said, the homer picks, I'm going Brooks Koepka, top 20. We finally have some good golf this weekend. I will admit that I have not done any research into this. It is baseball season, and we haven't had good golf in like a month, so I just haven't really been inclined to look into this. But I love Brooks. He played well at the Masters, and I think top 20 at plus 100 is not bad. I'm going to sprinkle on it.
The other one to watch is, I was just talking about it at lunch today.
Are you saying for
I don't remember.
Top 20 or winner?
No, I was going to take a winner as my long shot because he played the course well last time. But I don't remember. They were talking about it on ESPN at lunch.
Justin Thomas.
Yeah, he not him, but he's the defending winner. Dustin Johnson's another good one. He's playing really well right now. Not an official play, but... And we're back. Technical difficulties there. I apologize. My computer's a piece of shit. It was born and raised in the 1901s. Fuck this piece of shit. Let's get back into it. I believe I cut out when I was talking about Dustin Johnson, so we'll just start with MLB. Eduardo Rodriguez has been fucking incredible. He's the only good thing the Tigers have going. His last outing against the Guardians, he went 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, no earned runs, 8 Ks. He's been unbelievable at home. And for you MLB The Show players out there, he's currently a 79 overall. I want you to go ahead and invest in this guy heavy. I've got like 130 of them right now. He's going to go at least gold in the next update. Imagine he jumped up to diamond. This is a diamond pitcher, the way he's been performing. So hopefully he has a couple good starts and we get up there.
I do want to say, looking at the Tigers here real quick, they been playing quite a bit better. I mean, they're only 3 games under 500.
Yep, they've been looking good. They've had a couple bad losses lately. They didn't look good against the Mariners, but before the Mariners series, they were doing great. Apparently, they're fun to watch. I canceled my subscription to Bally's, so I don't know, but maybe I'll get back on it because they've been playing good. Seems like every game they're in, they have a lot of late game rallies.
Maybe you should stay off of your subscription because that's when they play good.
Maybe that's what started the rally there.
You just can't watch them. You can't enjoy it. You just have to know that they're good.
Yeah, right. Just got to watch the ESPN updates come in. Tigers run, score.
Exactly.
Your Brewers, real quick. We have to talk about this. They lost 18-1 last night. I have one question. I didn't see. Did they have a position player pitch at all?
They did. Mike Brosseau. He came in. He didn't start the game in the field. He came in like the 7th or 8th inning, and then he came in at like second base because we were already down like 9-10-1, something like that at that point. Mm-hmm. So they brought him into second base, and later that inning he was pitching. He gave up a grand slam. Nice. Yeah, I mean, at that point, the game was already out of reach anyways. Cardinals have been red hot. They're like 7-1 in their last 8 games. So we just weren't stopping.
Lost the series to the Tigers.
We just weren't stopping that train at that point.
Yeah, train was rolling.
I will say Christian Yelich has been playing like it's 2018 again. I believe I saw the stat on Twitter the other day, and it's like in the month of May, he's hitting like just under 400 with like 5 home runs and close to 20 RBIs and barely any strikeouts. And me being the stat nerd that I am, he's elevating the ball again, which means he's just hitting it in the air more. He's kind of giving up walks and just going all out for power, which is great. So hopefully Yelich is back to MVP Yelich. That would be very much appreciated after the contract that we gave him 3 years ago. So,
Right.
I do want to talk about Shohei Ohtani's performance last night. I don't know if you saw this.
I didn't, but I see the stats you wrote there.
Yeah, so he pitched last night. Wasn't the best pitching performance, but he did go 7 innings against the Orioles. Gave up 5 runs on like 7 hits or something like that. Couple home runs that he gave up. But he still pitched 7 innings, got 5 strikeouts, got a win. Oh, and he also went 4 for 5 at the plate and was a double short of the cycle. He got booed in his last at-bat because he hit a single. Mind you, they're playing in Baltimore. He got booed because he didn't go for the double for the cycle.
Was there any chance to get a double or no?
I don't know. I didn't see it, but
okay.
I mean, the Angels did kind of wreck him. It was 9-5, and the Angels had 17 hits.
God damn.
But yeah, Shohei is now batting .303 on the year, and is just he's the greatest baseball player to ever play the game.
I'm telling you,
I think it was Mike Trout, but Mike Trout doesn't also pitch.
If he goes through his career without injuries, pitches for like 5 more years, there won't need to be an argument for greatest of all time. It'll be Shohei. I'm sure there'll still be people like maybe even myself. I might say, well, he never won anything, but it's not his fault because
people also forget he already had Tommy John surgery.
Yep.
Yeah, I knew he was doing good, and then I got the notification last night that he was a double short of the cycle, and it was like the 5th inning, and I was like, holy shit, dude! If Shohei hits for a cycle and starts a game and like has a quality start or whatever, and just goes out and shoves and gets a win plus hits for the cycle, that would have been insane. But
that would have been the greatest single game performance ever.
He didn't, but it was still. I think I'd love to see a day where Shohei can go like complete game shutout and hit for the cycle. I don't know if it'll ever happen, but if it does,
that'd be insane.
There's no topping it. They should probably just cancel the MLB at that
just
point.
Retire the league at that point.
Yeah. That's all I had for MLB, though.
Yep, that's pretty much what you have is what I have every week. So before we get into the recaps here, I just want to mention the NBA draft lottery is tonight. The Pistons.
Yes, thoughts.
My thoughts are right there. They need to win the lottery tonight or else it's going to be poverty forever. I'm anxious. I'm nervous. I'm excited. For those that don't know, I don't know how you wouldn't know, but Wembanyama, great last name,
Victor.
is possibly the next generational talent. The upside is insane. The injuries are very possible too, but you got to take a guy with this kind of upside. And it's possible it's Darko Milicic version 2. But at least this time this guy's more well-known, so you won't be as much of an idiot. But if they win it, oh my God, I'll be so excited. That dude and Cade and Jaden Ivey, it could be something special. And they'll go
what
get
if
Monty
he turns
Williams.
out to be like Chet?
That's the thing. He gets injured in preseason or whatever, so who knows. But we'll see. Even if they go 2 or 3, the top 3 are going to be very good. So as long as they stay top 3. I also am rooting for, I saw a stat today. There's been 3 times in NBA history where a team with a 1% chance or less moved up to number 1. One of them was the Magic in like 94. One was the Bulls when they got D Rose, and the third was the Cavs and they took Andrew Wiggins. So I'm rooting for that too. If the Pistons don't get number 1, say they get 3 or 2, I want to see a team with a 1% chance. The gambler in me wants to see it. You know what I mean?
Let's go Bucks.
I don't even know if they're in the lottery.
I don't think they are.
They
made the playoffs.
Playoff recap. I'm just going to kind of fly through these. Jump in when you want. I've got some points, but there's some series that we obviously don't have a lot to talk about because they were quick and easy, one and dones. Heat and Bucks, we already really talked about. We're going to start with the first round, by the way, and then we'll move on to second and then the preview. So the Heat Bucks, we already talked about that on an episode, so I figured we'd skip over that. I wouldn't even call that an insane upset because the Heat are a good team, and
the Bucks fired Mike Budenholzer.
the
Big
Bucks
news.
did fire their coach. Yep,
Thank God.
and then Doc Rivers got fired today, and the Suns fired Monty Williams. A lot
I
of
think
firings.
I think the Sixers fired Doc because they want to keep James Harden, and Harden came out and said that he would never play under Doc Rivers again.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay.
Yeah, so it was like, I think it was like Sunday or Monday. It had to be Monday that he said it. And then when did they fire Doc? Today or yesterday?
It was today.
Yeah, so I think he came out and said yesterday that he wouldn't play under Doc, and then they fired Doc today.
Yep. Doc Rivers is one of those guys that's going to get into the Hall of Fame or the Hall of Very Good. He's not going to make the Hall of Fame because he didn't win shit. Sorry. Let me rephrase this. He's going to get in the Hall of Fame. But in my eyes, he goes into Tubbs' Hall of Very Good. There's a lot of people these days that get in the Hall of Fame that don't deserve it.
Yeah, the Hall of Fame's not the same as what it used to be.
No, it's not as special anymore,
Yeah.
Honestly, this is a hot take, especially coming from a lifelong Lions fan. Nope, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it because I already talked myself out of it.
Just say it.
Nope.
I got to hear the stupid take now.
I was going to say that Kelvin Johnson shouldn't have made the Hall of Fame because he didn't play long enough or win anything. However, he broke a bunch of records and set the single-season receiving record. So I took it back immediately.
That was a good idea.
So, but you know what I mean, though. There's some borderline ones where it's like, I don't know. But
Yeah.
there's no specified criteria either. So, but we already talked about that series, so we won't get too far into it. The Knicks, I didn't think they'd handle the Cavs so easily that first round. What was it, 4-1?
I think that's what it was. I don't know for sure.
Cavs
but
had Donovan Mitchell, Mobley.
the Cavs are a very good team. I just think that I don't know if they really mesh well together.
Yet.
I don't know. There's something there that they just yes, on paper they are a fantastic team.
Mm-hmm.
But something just isn't working there, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'm trying to go back to like find these games, but it's so far back.
Yeah, that's why I didn't even look. I just went and found the series results, and I figured we would just go off based on what we remember. But yeah, the Cavs are one of those teams that could be very good in the next couple of years, I feel like, if they just get one or two more pieces. And obviously mesh well, but I'm also not going to sit here and act like an expert. I think I watched 5 total games this first round.
It was indeed
the
4-1,
Broncos
by the way.
signed Ben DiNucci. Look at that. I love it. Ben DiNucci. The next one, the Sixers swept Brooklyn. Nothing to talk about there. That was how it should have gone. James Harden got revenge, even though it's not even really revenge. Anything there?
No, I mean,
It was a sweep.
Brooklyn is young, and I think that they shocked a lot of people by doing what they did this year after the downfall of the big three. I don't know if you can really call it a big three, but
the NBA Finals in 6 years, if we're still doing this podcast, which I doubt, but the NBA Finals in 6 years will be Nets, Thunder. You heard it here first.
that would be interesting.
Yeah.
I could
Two
see
teams loaded with picks. The Rockets have a lot too, so we're going to see Rockets Thunder a lot in the future. Boston took care of Atlanta. Atlanta did steal 2 games there, but it was never really a doubt that Boston was going to finish that one off. Trae Young had to drop like 60 to win one game, and then Jason Tatum took his nuts out and said, "Sit down, little boy."
I think Trae Young is overrated personally.
I think he is too, and his appearance pisses me off. I'd hate his hair.
Yeah, he looks like a lollipop that was dropped in between his seat.
Yeah, that's a great analogy. I was going to say one of those troll dolls.
Yeah,
like
that
just
works too.
dude, just shave it off and embrace the baldness. You know, wear your headband like Vince Carter. That shit. You played with him for a couple years. You know.
Exactly.
Heading over to the West, Denver handled Minnesota. I think Minnesota stole 1 game there, but Denver looks great. They're obviously in this conference finals now.
I thought about taking a long shot on Denver to win the finals.
Fun fact, they were 20-1 in December. I saw somebody's tweet today from December that they were adding Denver 20-1 to win it to their card or whatever. And they showed the slip.
I mean, Jokic just manhandles everybody on the court, and Jamal Murray's been playing really well. They are the opposite of Cleveland. They do mesh well together.
Yep.
And the games just kind of fit well together.
I love Jokic.
Yeah, looking at that series, the game that the T-Wolves stole was, I guess actually all the games were pretty close, other than game 1 where the Nuggets won 109-80. But other than that, everything was, it was a good series. Everything was close.
But yeah, I love Jokic because he's just some big gump, and he doesn't look like he should be athletic, and he's one of the best players in the NBA right now. He's the second best big man.
Yeah, I'd say he's one of the most athletic.
He's top 5 player, and I'd say he's the second best big man behind Giannis.
He should have won MVP. Changed my mind. Jokic.
Yeah.
Over Embiid?
You could argue that. I don't mind Embiid. Jason Tatum was in there, too. Jason Tatum should have been talked about more.
I fucking hate Embiid.
Anyways. Phoenix handled the Clippers. What did the Clippers get there? They got 1 game out of that, or did they get 2? I think they got 1.
The Clippers got 1.
Yep.
They won the first game and then got reverse swept.
Yep. Nothing much there from me. Phoenix looked great. I thought Phoenix was going to go all the way, but we'll get to that. Golden State, Sacramento, the best series of the first round. This one was fun. I watched 3 of these games. There was the one when I was in Grand Rapids with you. We caught it in the bathroom at Putt-Putt's there.
The back 40.
Or back 40, yeah, that's right. That series was awesome. It was chippy. I thought the Kings would get out of that one, but Golden State ended up pulling it out. They've just got the experience. They've been there. They've been in those games. The Kings haven't. I think the Kings will be pretty good in years to come, but for now, it's still Golden State in that
The
one.
Kings also play in one of the hardest divisions in basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Lakers, Warriors, Clippers, Suns, Kings, all in one division.
Yep, that's tough. And they won it.
That's insane.
And they won it.
They won it by 3 games.
With all those teams. Yep. And then the last first-round series was Lakers-Grizzlies. The Lakers upset them. It was a 7 seed upsetting the 2 seed. And
upset them emotionally.
Upset them emotionally so much that Ja Morant had to go back to his guns. And he was seen
Dylan
on
Brooks
IG
is going
Live.
to China.
Yep, Dylan Brooks is going to China unless the Pistons decide to give him a shot. Did you tell me that the Pistons have interest in him?
Yeah.
I fucking hope not. But yeah, Ja Morant. We didn't talk about that last week, right? That happened after.
No, it just happened. Yeah.
He was seen on IG Live again with a gun, which is baffling to me. Like, how have you not learned to tell your boys, "Hey, no IG Live"? Like, cool, have a gun.
Okay,
do what you gotta do. But
I watched the video. And the first time I watched the video, like I didn't slow it down or anything. At first, I like didn't see a gun, and I was like, "Where are they talking about it?" And then I saw the freeze frame of it, and I was like, "Oh, my bias just kicked in."
Yep.
The gun is very, very clear. And so then I've rewatched the video, and I'm pretty sure the guy that was taking the video, so it wasn't Ja's Instagram Live, it was his friends, and Ja was in the passenger seat of this guy's car. I'm pretty sure the dude like realized what happened and was like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" Because as soon as it happened, he like turned the camera away, and then like nobody was on camera, and it was just like in his shoulder.
Yeah.
And so I think the guy was like, "Oh shit, like we fucked up."
It's just so funny to me because he went to rehab. Not like rehab, but he went to some sort of like class.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And then he like came back and he was like, "Oh, like I'm making better decisions.
Yeah.
Like I'm past that." Dude, you're not even 2 months past that, and you're back doing the same shit again.
Too about, I'm a bad example. And the funniest part is that he went to a private Catholic school growing up. Like, you're not gangster, and he's trying hard to be.
I saw a TikTok today of Skip and Shannon talking about the list of things that have happened with Ja. I didn't realize how many other things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
And actually a lot of it his mom is causing. Really? And like there was like one where it was before the whole like street ball thing with the 17-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
I guess like his sister was playing volleyball or something at high school, and a girl in the student section was like chirping, and so his like mom like called him and said something, and he pulled up with like 8 friends to a high school volleyball game and like tried to get into the student section to beat the shit out of this girl.
Nice. Real stand-up guy.
And yeah, so
and you have
that
his jersey.
happened, and then no comment. It was before I knew any of this.
I plead the fifth.
When I bought the jersey, I thought he was just a baller, and
it was like the week after you bought the
not a
jersey
wannabe thug
that he got suspended.
It was literally the day after I bought the jersey. Yeah. So yeah, tough look on me. Tough look for Ja. Memphis will do things to you, I guess. I'm interested to see how I change.
I better not see you on somebody's IG Live with a gun when you move down there.
I'm just like, dude, it's just like, I don't know. I don't know at what point the NBA is just kind of done with Ja.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be interesting. That's all I got to say.
Yep. Let's get into the second round here. Miami upset it again. They took out the Knicks. I believe that series was 4-2. Yeah, 4-2 in that one.
Yes.
Jimmy Butler's just a baller. He's fun to watch. And I think
Jimmy Butler is Michael Jordan's son.
Have
you seen this conspiracy?
Oh yeah, I'm big into that one.
Yeah, I think Jimmy Butler is Michael Jordan's son. So, it adds up.
I saw something about their
seeing
facial
the way that he plays.
similarities, and then just the way they play. It's kind of freaky.
Well, and then there's the whole backstory with his mom and him not knowing his dad and MJ paying off somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yep. And then the
I
other
don't know.
Eastern Conference game, Boston just won in 7 over the Sixers. That game 7 might have been the worst I've seen in my life. It was
Tatum could have went
good.
for the playoff record if the Sixers didn't suck so bad.
It was actually a good game until about like the third quarter, and then Tatum
At halftime the Sixers were up.
Yeah, and then Tatum just took over, and they just grew their lead, and then Philly didn't look like they wanted to be there for the fourth quarter. So I think Miami-Boston's going to be a great series. I think it'll go 6, and I've got Boston. What do you got?
I think I would probably have to take Boston as well.
How many games?
I'm gonna say 6.
All right, so we agree. Nice.
Yeah.
And then in the Western Conference, Denver took out the Suns in 6. It was over as soon as Jokic got into it with the Suns owner, and the owner flopped and looked like a little bitch. I knew it from there. I was like, Jokic is going to pop off. This is over. And honestly, it sucks because the Denver's not as fun to watch as the Suns are. Denver's like fundamentally sound. Jokic does his job. Jamal does his job. And fundamentally sound is not fun to watch. The Suns, you got Chris Paul, you got D Book, you got Durant. Like anybody can pop off and make a play.
They can just shoot it from anywhere.
And Aiden. Like, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, Aiden sucks.
But they're fun to watch is what I'm saying. And so Denver might be the better team, fundamentally, but I wish the Suns would pull that one out. But the Lakers, I put upset in quotes, but Steve Kerr seemed to believe that they were not a playoff team. Did you see his press conference?
I didn't, no.
He said, we didn't even think we'd make the playoffs, so the fact that we got this far is great, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, quit taking away from the Lakers. Lakers look good right now. I hate LeBron just as much as the next guy, but you got to appreciate what the man could do, and he's going to the conference finals. And I think that'll be a good series, but I think Denver takes that one easily. I'm going to say Denver in 5.
This one scares me because, like you said, the Lakers are playing really good. And I think when AD is healthy and playing his best, I think he's probably like a top 5 big man in the league.
Yep.
So seeing him most likely go up against Jokic, I think is going to be awesome.
Yeah, but Jokic will just bully him, and then AD will get hurt. Did you see?
Yeah, that could also be true.
Last week, so AD it was an accidental, I think it was a forearm to his head, and it wasn't. I watched it in slow mo. It wasn't hard. It was like, did you see this clip or no?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so they're both going up for a rebound, and the guy looked away to get the ball, and his forearm kind of hit AD in the face, and AD went to the ground, and he's he gets up, he's trying to look all spacey. Dude, he left the arena in a wheelchair.
Oh, God.
There was a clip of Chuck and Shaq laughing. They are just dying on the broadcast when they showed it because what the fuck? AD is just such
I did
a
see
giant
that
bitch.
with Shaq and Chuck.
Yeah. It was because AD took a forearm to the face. However, 6-year-olds would have got up and kept playing. He left the game, didn't return, went out the arena in a wheelchair.
LA really produces some great actors, and I think Anthony Davis has kind of fallen into that.
Yep. My last thought on NBA is I do want to see the Heat go. It would be cool to see an 8 seed make the finals, and the Heat are fun to watch. But I think the Celtics are just playing too good right now, and Tatum looks awesome. So that's why I
would say this matchup is probably the worst potential matchup it could be for a Bucks fan.
Yep.
We don't like Boston, and we've been competing all year with Boston, back and forth for the 1 seed. And then the Heat, like I said a couple weeks ago, is like the 49ers for the Packers. Beat us every fucking year come the playoffs. So we don't like the Heat. And now one of these two teams is going to go to the finals.
But
so
it'll be less embarrassing. it'll help ease the pain and embarrassment of losing to an 8 seed if they make the finals. Because then everybody will be like,
I mean, I guess you could say that. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, but it's still not fun.
Yeah. No, it's never fun getting upset like that, but I think it eases the pain. You ready to get into some NHL here?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to have more for NHL than I will.
Yep. I'm going to try to be quick-ish just because there's nothing really nuts outside of the first round. So we did talk about Boston blowing their load too early and they losing 7 to the Panthers, so I'm going to skip that. We talked about that. But Toronto, they got out of the first round for the first time since 2004. Did you know that? They hadn't won a playoff series since 2004.
Yeah, I did. I did know that.
So that was great. The Lightning, that was kind of crazy that they beat the Lightning like that. But I'm going to skip to the second round real quick. I think the Leafs...
Lightning...
Oh, go ahead.
Were pretty injured, weren't they?
A little bit, but nothing crazy. Their guys were still out there.
Oh, okay.
But I do want to skip to the second round because I have a funny. The Toronto Maple Leafs weren't used to winning in the first round, and I don't think they knew a second round happened because they lost in 5 to the Panthers, and they looked like shit. They looked so bad. Panthers looked good, but I want to remind you... I was going to say,
the Panthers do look really fucking good.
They look good, but I want to remind you, they're a wild card team. They shouldn't have beat Boston. Everybody thought that was lucky, and then the Leafs go out and they lose in 5. So,
they're like the Heat.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. If there was an analogy, absolutely.
They're like UConn.
No, less like UConn, more like the Heat.
Okay.
I'd say they're better.
They're like SDSU.
Yeah, probably closer to that.
Or FAU.
Yeah, because UConn's a blue blood.
All of the playoffs this year have been very similar. We're talking about a hockey
team in Florida. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
A couple of these I'm just going to skip over. I didn't watch much of their series, but Carolina kind of handled the Islanders. Those had some fun games, but Carolina looks great. They're fast. They're young. Do you remember their celebrations they used to do?
Yeah, where they would like all go out to center ice.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I haven't seen it. I don't know if they stopped doing it or their new coach doesn't want them to do it or what, but I haven't seen them do it unless I just missed it.
I don't know.
First round, Devils finished off. It was probably the best series in the first round. Went to
the Battle of New York.
Yeah, went to 7 against the Rangers. It was such a good series that it made me a fake Devils fan for a little bit. They were fast too. That's the one thing about the playoffs is that you realize how much better these teams are than your team, except for you. But as a Red Wings fan, you realize how much better these teams are just because of how much faster they are. I mean,
the Devils are also a very young team.
They are young as shit. They've got they took a Michigan player.
Hughes.
I forget his name. They've got Jack Hughes, but they drafted a Michigan player a couple years ago when he was a freshman, and he kept going back to college, so they kept his rights, and he's coming out now. He was a senior last year. So that's just another fucking piece for them. Their goalie's a fucking stud, too. Like, they've got all the pieces. They just got to mature. They'll be very good for the next couple of years. Probably the biggest upset was Seattle over the Avs in round 1. Defending champs Av, obviously, and in that game, that went to 7. I didn't watch much of that series. They were always at 10 o'clock.
That's a series where there was a lot of injuries. The Avs were very beat up.
Were they? Okay.
And, yeah, they were missing a ton of their big guys. So, I mean, it was an upset, but a lot of people were like, okay, it's not so bad because the Avs were missing as many guys as they were.
Mm-hmm.
I'm bringing it up right now. They were missing Cogliano. They're missing Landeskog.
That's a big one.
And they were missing Helm.
Yep. Okay.
So
I can't believe that Helm.
And there's a couple other ones on here that I'm sure are probably just as big, but A, I don't exactly know them, and B, I don't want to embarrass myself in trying to pronounce them. So.
Yeah. So yeah, Seattle won that one, which is crazy. This was Seattle's first year, yeah? Yeah.
No. Well, first year in the playoffs, yes.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry.
This is their second year.
That's what I meant was their first year in the playoffs. moving on here, Dallas beat the Wild in 6. Didn't watch much of that. I just know the Wild are not good in the playoffs ever. Your Knights handled Winnipeg. That series was what, 4-1? Yeah, because you hit the Knights series spread. You got any thoughts there? I didn't watch any of those. They were late too.
No, I didn't watch a ton of this series. I watched more of the second round for the Knights. I don't know. I just hadn't really gotten back into hockey flow, and now I kind of am. So,
yep. My Oilers, my fake team, they beat the Knights or the Kings in 6. That series I did catch a little bit of. The Kings looked good. I think if they weren't playing McJesus, and Draisaitl, they might have snuck out. But Oilers finished that one in 6. That was a good series. I enjoyed that one. Second round, I already talked about the Leafs. Carolina fucked the Devils. There was, I think, 2 or 3 of the games they won by 4 goals or more. And they look great. They'll be exciting to watch in the finals here. Conference finals. Dallas beat Seattle in 7. That series was great. I watched that game last night. Sick, nasty goal. So it was 1-0 Dallas, about 7 minutes left in the third. And Dallas got control of the puck in their own zone. They hit a good switch somehow. Their forward got off and a new one came on. Hit him right at the blue line. Or no, missed him at the blue line. It was going to be an icing, but he caught it first. And then he went forehand, backhand, top shelf, off the goalie's mask. It was disgusting. I'll try to find a video of it and send it to you. It was disgusting.
So the Stars won the Cup a couple of years ago, right?
No, they lost to the Lightning.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
Yep.
I don't know. For some reason, when I think of the Stars and I think of the Kraken, which granted the Kraken are new, I think of 2 very mediocre teams.
Yep. I think that
like
with
a
the
team
Stars
that'll
for
perform,
sure.
but not a team that's going to win the Stanley
Which is
Cup.
funny because Dallas is the 2 seed in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
So
they are the Nuggets. They are fundamentally sound.
100%. Yeah, that was the I believe that was the COVID Cup. They lost to the Lightning.
I was going to say, I thought that was COVID year. Yeah.
Yep. Let's see. And then the Knights took care of the Oilers in 6.
Evander Kane's a fuck.
Evander Kane is kind of a douchebag. We covered that last week. That was, honestly, that series, I loved it. It was nice and chippy. You had some cool goals, close games. I think that could be a rivalry in the future. I don't know if the Golden Knights always do this on Twitter, but they were chirping. They tweeted after Game 6 there, they tweeted Oilers with a capital L, and everything else was lowercase. And then 20 minutes later, they tweeted, it was the video of the handshake line, and they were like, our hearts go out to the people affected by the Alberta fires or whatever. There's fires, I guess, but I think they got some backlash for tweeting Oilers with an L, and then they were like, let's get the positive PR rolling here with our hearts go out to the survivors of the fires. So
I will say the Knights' offensive lines look absolutely insane right now.
Yeah. Marchessault.
Watch
out.
Between Marchessault and Stone and Jack Eichel, it is so deadly, and I am so excited to follow my one and only hockey team that I have been a lifelong fan of, and I can't wait for them to. No, I'm not gonna go there.
You can't say lifelong fan, but you can say that you have been a fan. Day one fan. Yeah, day one fan from the start. But you can't say lifelong because they haven't been in your life your whole life.
That's true.
But honestly, if they make the finals, I will probably be sprinkling on Marchessault to win MVP. Because he is playing out of his marbles right now. He had a hat trick in one period in Game 6 to ice it. So
yep.
And then for the conference final preview, we've got Knights and Stars. I think it's gonna be a good series, but like you said, when I think of the Stars, I think mediocre. And right now the Knights are playing great. I'm on the Knights to support you. Obviously, I got the Knights in 5.
I will take the. Yeah, you know what? I'll take the Knights in 5.
Yep, I like 5.
I think the biggest question
is
going to be goaltending.
Yep. And then Eastern Conference, we've got Panthers Hurricanes. This one here is interesting because the Panthers are playing great. They were very good last year, And this year, I think they had some injuries maybe. I got to start watching more hockey during the year so I can know what I'm talking about more. But I think it's going to be a great series. The Hurricanes are young, so I got to pull for the Hurricanes. They're young. They're fast. Their goaltending's off the charts right now. I'm going to take the Hurricanes in. I'm going to say that one goes 7.
Yeah, I'm kind of I don't want to say afraid of both of these teams. They're just, neither team is like a team that like I'd want to play.
If you had to choose one, who would you want to play?
I think I'd probably have to go with the Panthers.
That's what I was going to say, because the Hurricanes are so young and fast, you don't know.
Yeah, but Kachuk is just something else for...
Did you see the video of him? He got punched in the face and then laughed at the guy. That's some hilarious hockey guy shit right there. It was insane.
Yeah. I think I'll take the Panthers in. I'm gonna take the Panthers in 7 because you have the Canes in 7, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take the Panthers in 7.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know, just something about that underdog mentality and the way they're playing right now scares me a little bit.
All right. Well, that's your recaps there. I liked that. We need to. We'll probably do a finals preview as well and recap the conference finals there. I'm actually going to watch them a lot more, so I'll have some more info there. But let's hit some roulette and send you guys on your way. Like we said, I'm heading to Grand Rapids this weekend. Thursday, I'm going to a Lugnuts game, and then Friday, I have a surprise from Sid. She surprised me with something we're doing. She won't tell me what we're doing yet, though, so that'll be interesting. And then you and I, we're just going to get fucked up on Sunday. Or Saturday night.
Saturday.
Yes.
I was going to say.
All right, I'm on a very
I don't think I have anything planned for this weekend other than you're coming out.
Can you read me the numbers? Because I've got, my computer setup is so jacked right now. They're doing rolls right now. I know I've got 0. Oh, no, 0 just got hit.
You have 0, 9, and 24.
0 just got hit with a 50X.
Oof.
Okay, it wasn't. I have 9. 9 just hit. Okay, hang on. Read them to me again. So I got 0.
0.
Yep.
9.
Yep.
24.
Yep. And you've got
16.
Yep.
23 and 30.
Boom, I got it in. All right, wait till you see this screen set up here. How do I switch this? Shit. All right, I'm just going to do this. Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right, we are rolling. Let's see. Give us some lightning numbers.
This is, I'm going to say this is very ratchet.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Only 2 lightning numbers.
Yep, none of ours.
6 and
27. And we're landing. We are so due. Please, one time. One time.
Dude, we need one bad.
27. Do we have 27? No!
No, that was a lightning number.
Yeah, and right in between 24 and 30. God. What was the lightning on that? 50X. That would have been nice.
Well, at least it wasn't 500.
Oh, what a shit. All right, well, hey, you got anything else?
No, that was shorter than I expected.
Yep, I think we kind of flew through hockey there just because we don't know as many names in terms of hockey, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, so, but hey, watch some sports this week, guys. We got conference finals. We got MLB, some good golf this weekend, and then, yeah,
it is a really good weekend for sports.
Yep, it is. And it's funny because I'm not going to watch a lick of it, really. I might on Friday.
We'll watch. We'll watch some on Saturday when you come out.
Yeah, we're also going to play some Truth or Drink, so be ready for that. There's some uncomfortable ones. So,
maybe this weekend I'll bet on Sunday because I haven't bet. I have an app that tracks all my betting, and I haven't bet on a Sunday in like 3 weeks.
Oh,
and like Saturdays, it's like it's the Lord's Day or something. It just doesn't let me. Saturdays even have been slow for me. It's just like I've been either too busy or like too preoccupied to bet on a Saturday. And I just don't want to do research to actually know what I'm betting on. So yeah, maybe this weekend I will.
There you go. Maybe we can cook something up together on Saturday.
You bring out the best, I guess, in me.
Yeah, the best / worst, depending on the day.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Have a great week. Let's hit some tanks, adore some tutties. We'll see you next week.